Hi, Alison Mead here on my keto fitness journey, just proving that I'm not being a fair weather walker and that I do come out even when it's a little bit rainy, which I'm going to have to do over the next few weeks. Spent the weekend celebrating my husband's 50th birthday. On my previous YouTube post you might have seen the perils of the cake. The cake that we did have in the end that was made by a friend, the cake was nice, but the icing had a bit too much of a sweetener kick for me, so it wasn't quite as delicious as I hoped. But there is nothing that a nice big portion of custard won't fix, so we will be enjoying slices of that cake for a little while. I'm going to freeze them and be enjoying them with custard and some fresh fruit over the next few weeks. So on the keto support group that I'm on, a video was posted yesterday. A blog article was posted yesterday, linked to it, where I think it's large business and large pharma in the USA basically are rubbishing the keto diet as not being safe. And seems to be that having a healthy approach to keto, just cooking real food, fresh fruit, veg, focusing on protein, meat and fish, and cooking from scratch, I really don't see how that can be considered dangerous. And it really upsets me that this headline of the keto is unhealthy for you might put people off that are currently eating carbs, sugar, processed food. And really, you know, looking back at the past and what our people before us ate, what you need to do is focus on the protein, green leafy vegetables. I know dairy doesn't suit all, but for me, a good chunk of dairy, cheeses, things like that can be a really healthy way of eating. And I just get sad that people just get put off by the headline of keto is bad. So if this is something you're considering, please, please, please do your research. Don't be put off by one negative article, which when you look at it, looks like it's been influenced by the companies, that if we stop eating the highly processed foods, if we stop eating or needing the pharmaceuticals and things because we've eaten ourselves unhealthy, there's a lot of companies that stand to lose a lot of money. Whereas you could be supporting local farm fresh produce, you could be buying cheaply from the fresh fruit and meat aisles. Oh yeah, that's something else. I do quite often wake up in the night, I switch the radio on and listen to a bit of the radio, and I heard a guy saying he was a diabetic, and he was saying that the cheaper supermarkets, so if you're in the UK, Lidl and Aldi, the cheaper supermarkets, it's disgraceful as they have no food for diabetics. And I did try and ring in to get to speak and say, just tell the guy to try the meat aisle, the vegetable aisle and the cheese and dairy aisle, and there he will find, you know, nuts and seeds and natural things that grow, that he will be able to eat those, and those are perfectly suitable for a diabetic. He was bemoaning the fact that everything had sugar in it, and it might well be that everything processed in there has sugar in it, but it doesn't mean that there is no food for diabetics in those shops. Anyway, that's my little soapbox for today on my little rainy walk. Just a couple of thoughts that were triggered So yeah, if you're looking at keto, do your research. There are some fantastic doctors that are advocating the keto diet for certain conditions. Doesn't suit everybody. If you have got a medical condition, you know, find a doctor that is sympathetic to keto. Do your research. Watch Fat Fiction on Amazon Prime. Watch The Magic Pill on Netflix. And come and find the Keto Fitness Club on Facebook, which is the club that I'm a member of. I will put a link in the post. And if you follow my link, there is a free online recipe library where you can access these fantastic recipes, which are just using food from your normal supermarkets with just a couple of exceptions, which I buy from Whole Foods online. But you can just have great food that's quite simple and cooked from scratch. I digress. I'm going to go on a bit. This weekend it was my husband's 50th birthday, and we were quite busy, and we also had to go and rescue my daughter. My daughter is at dance college. They're having a 2-week half term instead of a 1-week half term. All of her friends and everyone had all gone home last week, so she's basically been isolating for a week, but her car had broken down. So we went on a rescue mission yesterday, jump-started her car and drove it home. I think it just needs a new battery, and she's now at home for a few days with us. And when I got home, I was really tired, actually. It had been a busy weekend. It had been a little bit stressful as well as fun, and I just wanted to sit on the sofa. But I managed to knock up in half an hour a low-carb toad in the hole using arrowroot, double cream and eggs. So toad in the hole, for every 60 mils of cream I use 16 grams of arrowroot and 1 egg. So I doubled that up and made a little toad in the hole. And I also threw together a chocolate brownie, which was melt the chocolate and butter, add things like almond flour, baking powder, a bit of Truvia sweetener, vanilla essence, cocoa powder. Throw that in the oven. While that was cooking, I made a caramel sauce, which again, super quick. 100 mils of double cream and about 8 Werther's Original sugar-free butter candies that have the sort of sweetener in them that don't trigger insulin production.
In 22 minutes 16 seconds. Lap pace 22 minutes 16 seconds per mile.
Just hit a mile on my little wander. Yeah, so the sweeteners don't trigger insulin production and don't cause inflammation the way sugar and some sweeteners do. So I made a caramel sauce with that. I cooked a load of broccoli and yes, some carrots, which some keto people don't approve of, and had some mashed swede. So that was a beautiful dinner that was, 3/4 seeds, nuts and vegetables. And then a dessert again, where the main ingredient was almond flour and cacao powder, which also has fantastic nutrients in it. You know, it's easy food. Those people that say they can't cook, I would say it was mixing a load of stuff together, sticking it in a pan and shoving it in the oven. Only one simple step longer than opening a packet and shoving it in the oven. It really isn't complicated, but the fact that it's cooked fresh, it has a small amount of ingredients, and it doesn't have any sugar, and it won't have spiked our insulin levels, and then it means that we will go out of ketosis for a little while because there's a small amount of carbs there, but we'll quickly go back, and I am burning the myriad of fats that I'm saving around my waist. And I'm not losing weight quickly now because I'm nearly down to my target weight. I'm what did I look at? Oh, I lost 3 pounds in September, and so far in August I've lost 3 pounds as well. So it works out I lose about 2 to 3 pounds most months, and I'm still classed as overweight. What am I now? 11 stone 4, 5'3". So I am still classed as overweight, but I'm so much healthier than I ever was. I'm coming out walking every day, even if it's raining, and recording these long, rambling videos. So yeah, there you go. There's a few thoughts of Ali today. Don't be put off if you read one negative thing about keto. Do your own research and look at it for yourself. And maybe just start trying to, I suppose, what does Yoda say? There's no try, there's just do or do not. Just start replacing a few of those packaged meals, those instant meals, those meals high in those white carbs with protein, with veg, with nuts and seeds, and to combat those sweet thing cravings, just the odd chocolate brownie. They are honestly not difficult to make. Follow my links to the Keto Fitness Club. Come and find us there. I will stop rambling now. It's Alison Mead on my keto fitness journey, and I doubt you've stayed with me this long, but if you did, well done. Leave me a message. Link me to your favourite keto recipes, because it's always nice to have a variety of foods to be able to eat, and discovering new things all the time. Thanks very much. Bye.